pagtalaga bilang kauna-unahang tagapagsalitang babae ng Armed Forces of the Philippines at patuloy na pagsuporta ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. sa AFP. Yan ang ating pag-uusapan kasama si Colonel Francel Margareth Padilla, ang bagong luklok na tagapagsalita ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Colonel Padilla, first of all, congratulations sa bagong post. And welcome sa Bagong Pilipinas ngayon. Personally, I feel so honored because after 88 years, meron po tayong babaeng spokesperson at tagapagsalita ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Ano pong masasabi niyo dito? Or how does that feel?
Actually, I really feel honored to be the very first. Siyempre, nung una hindi ko rin siya pinangarap, but it came. So it underscores po the trust of the AFP to embrace diversity and promote inclusivity sa ating sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas.
Yan, very excited din kami na malaman yung iyong mga gagawin. Kaya siguro ang susunod kong tanong, bukod sa pagiging tagapagsalita ng AFP, ano po ang inyong magiging role bilang bagong commander ng Media and Civil Affairs Group ng Armed Forces of the Philippines Civil Relations Service?
Ninya, yun nga, kahapon, nagkaroon kami ng turnover ceremonies the other day. I was designated as the new Media and Civil Affairs Group Commander. So it's on top of being spokes. And I think this two designations goes hand in hand with one another. So we really want to tell the people what they really need to know. So ang ano natin is nagtutulungan po tayo para maipaalam sa ating mga taong bayan kung ano po yung ginagawa ng sandatahang lakas para po sa ating seguridad po ng buong Pilipinas.
Sa tingin niyo ba, ma'am, ano ba ang biggest misconception ng mga ordinaryong Pilipino tungkol sa AFP at ano yung gusto nyong linawin at sabihin sa kanila about the Armed Forces of the Philippines?
Ang inyong sandatahang lakas po ay syempre magkakampi po tayo. So sama-sama po natin, ang goal po natin is para po sa security and development ng ating bansa. So ang mga ginagawa po ng sandatahang lakas sa buong Pilipinas is to really do everything in our power to promote the protection of the people and the security of the state.
All right. Before I delve into other matters, we're just also very curious, lalo na po sa mga kababaihan na katulad ko. We are, as you said, this is a very big development in terms of, inclusivity, diversity, a woman in the AFP na top official na tagapagsalita, no less. We want to know also a bit of your background, ma'am. Before this position, ano po yung naging posisyon nyo sa AFP? And ano po ang ginawa ninyo dito?
I'm a Signal Corps officer. So we handle C4S, Command Control Security, Command and Control Communications, and cyber systems. So before I became spokes, I was designated as the 7th Signal Battalion Commander. So I handle all C4S operations within Northern Luzon area.
Ayon. At balita ko, itong pagiging battalion commander mo, medyo unique yung position mo. At the time, you were the only female battalion commander, am I right?
At first, ma'am, now we are 3.
Okay, at least 3 na. So, yung pong position ninyo that you had to oversee, hindi lang isa kundi madaming mga parte ng ating dyan sa Fort Magsaysay, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Isa sa pinakamalaki or pinakamalaki?
It's the biggest military reservation. So, with that, distinct po yung 7th Signal Battalion because we have a sheer number of units the major units at that we service in terms of C4S. So, yun din pong Fort Magsaysay is the biggest training grounds of the AFP. So, napakalaki po talaga nung sakop nung aming role as the 7th Signal Battalion na.
And bilang battalion commander at that time, how do you think this former position or your experience dito sa Fort Magsaysay will equip you now with your new position?
That's really very good that I was there because I now have like a first-hand connection to all of these commanders. And we also nandun po yung commanders ng Aviation Regiment, Artillery Regiment, andun din po yung AFP unit natin, which is the Special Operations Command. We also have the Special Forces, the Scout Rangers, as also the Armor. And to top it off with NOLCOM po, we all service those units. So because I have direct connection with them as battalion commander before, I think now as spokes, I can also get first-hand information from the operations that they do.
Oo, yung exposure mo and also your pagiging connected sa mga ganitong bagay is very advantageous for your new position. But before that, balikan lang natin ng konti kasi we also want to know, yung mga pinagdaanan mo, I understand you served 3 presidents under the PSG.
Yes,
Am I right?
I served in the Presidential Security Group, so I used to be the uniformed aide for President Gloria Arroyo. And then my cyber journey began in the term of President kay Pinoy and in the early stages po kay President Duterte.
Ano ang, gusto ko sanang tanongin yung mga sikreto, no? Mahirap na yan. Hindi, but that experience of working for 3 presidents, how did you parang deal with that, no? Siyempre, iba-ibang personalidad. What have you learned from that experience?
Basically, Mama, in PSG, we have different roles then to play. So within that span of period, I also played different roles in different capacities.
Yes.
So what I've seen po is that I've been able to see firsthand how strategic things are being done, no, for the Philippines. Kasi syempre how the president works, where they go, who they talk to, and all of those things, no. So going down the line to tactical operations, I've been able to, inculcate to the operation side and the tactical side what is being discussed in the strategic side of things. So maganda po siyang exposure.
And sabi mo nga, your cyber journey began during the time of President Pinoy,
Yes.
no? And yesterday you were described as the AFP Cyber Woman. Oo. Can you tell us more about this? Bakit ka kinikilala bilang Cyber Woman? And I understand meron kang naging award, international award, wherein natalo mo, how many countries is that? Parang 60 countries ba? More than 60 countries, and the award went. Can you tell us more about this?
Yun, ma'am, during the time of Pinoy, we greatly enhanced the technology, yung digitalization of the Presidential Security Group. So we were able to set up server farms and all of those things. So kailangan po nung cybersecurity aspect to that. No? So in 2020, ma'am, the Philippines po, kinilala tayo ng Pilipinas as one of the top 10 women in security of the Philippines. So 2 years after, ma'am, nag-elevate yun. So I was nominated and I was chosen as one of the top 30 women in ASEAN, cybersecurity in ASEAN. So this last year po, 2023, there were 62 countries, no, with multiple nominations from each country, and it was really very tedious po yung selection. And we're really very fortunate that I was shortlisted, and yung final po categorized as yung category ko po is Cybersecurity Woman Leader of the Year because I was battalion commander then. So ang kalaban po natin are 2 phenomenal women from the US. And it was a voting po, yung huli.
Yes.
And nagpapasalamat po ako sa sambayan ng Pilipinas, sa mga bumoto po na at nakuha po natin, we were able to bag that title of Cybersecurity Woman Leader of the Year. Yung Philippines po ang nanalo for 2023.
So we're really looking forward, no, sa mga gagawin mo pa bilang isang cybersecurity expert. Before, kung meron pa akong time, I'd like to ask more about that. Pero dito muna po tayo sa masasabi ninyo dito sa patuloy na suportang inihayag ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. sa uniform personnel ng AFP at inihayag din niya ang pag-aproba sa karagdagang pondo para sa rice subsidy at tertiary healthcare sa military personnel. Gaano po kalaking tulong naman ito sa hanay po ng military?
Una sa lahat niya, no, nais po magpasalamat ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas kay ating President Ferdinand R. Marcos sa patuloy po niyang pagsuporta po sa ating Sandatahang Lakas. Napakalaking bagay po ito para sa ating mga kasundaluhan kasi po, syempre, yung focus natin will be more on mission accomplishment. So sa atin po, sinasabi natin sa Armed Forces, it's always yun pong ating welfare of your men and the accomplishment of the mission. And so this one po falls into the category of welfare of our men. So napakalaking bagay po na ito ay naibigay sa ating mga kasundaluhan.
Okay, so tungkol naman po sa modernization ng AFP, hingi po kami ng update tungkol dito. Saan po nakafocus? Nasa phase 3 na daw po kayo.
Yes, ma'am. We are in the works of the Horizon 1 and Horizon 2 projects. And the Horizon 3, ma'am, is up for approval po. Hindi pa siya approved as of now. But moving forward, we are looking at procuring more ships, more aircrafts, and improving our communication systems for the upcoming projects of Horizon 3.
Okay. Ano po in particular itong upcoming project na ito?
Sa ngayon, ma'am, since it's in the planning stages, it's up to the technical working groups to, look at what are the viable solutions for the present threats that we're facing, and also the shift from internal security operations to our external defense.
Okay. So, what does this mean? We will get yung mga makabagong mga kagamitan for the AFP, which has been matagal na rin sinasuggest ng mga kababayan, ng mga opisyal. Kasama po ito dito.
Yes, ma'am.
Oo. Okay, sa isupin naman tungkol sa guerrilla fronts sa bansa. Ma'am, ano po ang latest tungkol dito? Merong napatay na NPA rebel leader?
Yes, ma'am. As of our command conference po, from 22 fronts, we're down to 11 weekend fronts, guerrilla fronts. But as of, nasabi naman po ng ating Pangulo, na wala tayong active guerrilla fronts as of this time. So, they're already dwindling in numbers, and also, yun na po ang estado natin ngayon. From dati, nasa 25,000 sila. Ngayon, nasa mga 1,500 na lang po.
Okay. So sana po magtuloy-tuloy na po yan, para hindi tayo, makafocus po tayo sa mga kailangan natin para sa bansa. Ngayon may tanong po tayo mula sa ating kasamahan sa media na si Joviland Rita ng GMA News Online. Counterintelligence Group is reactivated. Bakit po binalik ngayon? Kailan at bakit din po ito na-deactivate in the first place?
In terms of the counterintelligence group, ang armed forces po kasi every year, ma'am, diba? Or for a period of years, we have different campaign plans. And of course, depends on the threat situation, nagva-vary po yung So yung units po natin will also adjust to the pressing situation. So ganun po siya talaga, not really because tinibag lang yung isang unit at tinanggal, but of course, we marry the different units according to the threats that we are facing. So, ganun po siya ngayon, ibinalik po siya based on the pronouncement din po na we will enhance our intelligence gathering measures.
Alright, so bago ko kayo hinga ng mensahe, we want to get to know you better. Many are curious kung kayo po ay married na, may asawa ka ba, may anak ka ba? Can you give us a bit of a background about this?
Ma'am, I have two sons.
Yes.
They're all grown out now. They're two mature sons. One is already graduated, and the other is following our footsteps, hopefully.
PMAer?
PMAer,
Wow.
ma'am. He's a yearling in PMA. But I'm already a widow, ma'am, since 2015.
All right. So, I'm sure your husband was also with the AFP?
Yes, ma'am. He's my mista.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're both members of PMA Class 2000 po.
And marami rin tayong magandang naririnig about your husband, and if he was alive, what do you think he'd say to you now?
Full support, my deluxe,
Yes. Okay. So, panghuling mensahe niyo na lang po sa ating mga kababayan na nakatutok sa atin ngayon.
So Nina, so thank you for giving us the opportunity for the AFP's voice to be heard. We just like to put it out there that the AFP would always be here for the Philippines. So ang ano natin is, of course, to protect the people and secure the state. And we will be following, of course, what's mandated by law, international laws in all of our operations. So tayo po ay tulong-tulong po para po sa development ng ating mahal na bayang Pilipinas.
Naku ma'am, maraming salamat po. Nandito lang po ang Bagong Pilipinas ngayon, pagkailangan nyo ng mga sabi nyo nga, what the people need to know, dyan sa AFP. And Maraming salamat po muli sa inyong oras and once again, congratulations, all the best to you. Colonel Francel Margareth Padilla, ang tagapagsalita ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Salamat po.
Thank you, Nina.